Hello and welcome to the second episode of the Mobius Zone podcast, where we talk about Sonic and why he was always good and never bad. He's never had one bad game. And today we have three other people joining us. Well, myself included. Maz No Cuts, best Sonic tuber. Check Wikipedia says that. We have Nitpicker, who has just changed his profile picture. He is a he's a small Sonic content creator. He does other games too, and not just Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
We have
I'm currently going through the Sonic series right now, and after that, I'll probably will never talk about him again.
Yeah, I like your videos, man. I think they're cool.
Thanks. Anyway, next.
Next, we have Ender Electronics.
Thank you for introducing me.
That's
yeah.
it.
I just wanted to leave it as silence just to make it awkward. Right.
Yeah, I'll just make it awkward. No, but I'm actually gonna talk about myself though. I'm a YouTube animator who talks about Sonic games and mostly Sega games. So if you're interested in that, then go subscribe to my channel now.
Ooh, an animator. The YouTube algorithm loves and hates you at the exact same time.
Yeah. So then we have Min, who is an admin and owner of our Mobius Zone server. And if you may know him from a viral tweet. Surrounding Sonic colors.
Yeah. Haha, admin.
Admin.
Alright. Admin, yeah, no, I do that all the time.
Anyways, this podcast is going to be centered around something that's very popular in the Sonic community that everyone has at one point talked about or played, and that is fan games. Well, what's your guys' thoughts about fan games?
My opinion is probably the most critical. So here's the thing. Fan games in themselves, there's nothing wrong with. I actually really like how the fan base can be really passionate and diverse about like what they want the Sonic series to do and like which direction they want to go, right? And it's like it's not, and you know, unlike some companies, Sega will actually allow them to do that, right? And that's cool. However, with Sonic's quality always bumping up and down, it's led to a problem where there's always this stigma where every single fan game is, I feel like every fan game that comes out, if it satiates interest, it's most likely going to be rated the best Sonic game, even better than what Sega's like done, right? Because I feel like that happened. I feel like that's something that led to Sonic Mania. So I feel like a lot of people are kind of having that feel, you know what I mean?
That's true. They do get praised a lot.
So it's like, I have nothing against fan games in general, but oh my god, the fan base needs to tone it down.
Honestly, I'm just frustrated with like how much stuff is just here. Like most of the time when a fan game is made, it's usually like the same thing all the time.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You're good.
And it doesn't feel like anyone's actually innovating. And most of the time when someone innovates, it just falls on its face, and it doesn't end up being very good.
And then there's
it's just like something just doesn't feel right about it, And I feel like a lot of people also don't understand that when people say that, oh, it's better than what Sega's making right now, and then you just you kind of like think about it, and you're just like, but they have a thing called a deadline, and fan game creators don't have that.
That's another thing, the deadlines. Yeah, I mean, a lot of fan games just get started and never finished.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. See, here's the thing. It's like I feel like I'm gonna be talking about this in another place. Just saying. But I feel like the thing with fan is like, okay, whenever a game is in development, it usually goes to the publisher for quality assurance. Like that's what the QA team is for. That's the quality assurance. They play, test, and go through, make sure everything's good to go, right? And that helps with the game, with the game's objective, polish, status, polish, and everything like that. Yeah. Fan games don't have that. It's
they have playtesters, though.
Yeah. But right. But I feel like, one, there's less playtesters, and 2, those playtesters are most likely, they're friends or
they're also
like
most
that.
likely already gonna play and enjoy your game.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Not just that.
They
I
may
think
already
we
understand
need.
its mechanics.
I think we need more publishers. Like, fan games need somebody to oversee their project, like how Sonic Colors Ultimate did, where they had someone overseeing that and make sure that game was polished and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But
Because usually, if you're working on a fan game,
Mhm.
you would have multiple co-directors that would oversee the project, maybe do a few graphics or code or UI or whatever. They would obviously also have a role, but their main role would be just overlooking everyone and making sure that the game is the best it can be.
Well, I
so
mean,
I
right.
do know that does happen in fan games, and that's not just a thing that only big companies do.
I mean,
right, but not to the extent.
The point
same
I was
extent.
making was like,
Right.
even if we do have somebody overseeing the team, I don't think. I mean, publishers will always oversee game development, but games like Sonic Colors Ultimate and many other games like Fallout 76 and things like that shows that maybe we shouldn't be giving the publisher the power of oversight over the whole project, instead giving it to the development team. Because the development team should be overseeing their own project and not some publisher.
That's true.
Right.
And that's
And
also
And I understand why a publisher does
why
it.
that
but-
happens in fan games.
Right. Here's what thing here's gonna be my next point. The thing with publishers, like the developers, they have good intentions. They want to make a fully ambitious game. Like, let's say, for example, so let's say the development team behind Red Dead Redemption 2, just for example, they, in development, we're talking about only game mechanics here. We're not talking about glitches or anything like that. We're talking about just fully, like, just the game design and everything like that.
Yeah.
Let's say that they are developing Red Dead Redemption 2, and Rockstar has always been ambitious, right? They want to make the best games ever, right? So let's say that someone on the development team, a few people, decide that they're like, oh man, I have a great idea. What if we made the horse controls feel like you're realistically controlling a horse? Like, what if we did that, right? And then they give it to Rockstar, they show them the pitch and everything, and it's a good idea on paper. Like, we want to go for realism, let's make the horse feel like realistic to control. But is it fun? Is it a fun game, right?
Does it contribute to game
So-
feel? That's the question.
Right. So then Rockstar gets it. They decide, it's like, it's a good idea on paper, but it doesn't feel very fun to play. I feel like players wouldn't want to play this, right? And see, that's the thing I have with fan games. Like, fan games don't have that publisher. It's basically up to the development team to check their ambitions and make
That's
sure, like,
true.
what they're doing is fun, right?
And if
So-
the developers, if the co-directors do have a certain vision, maybe they wouldn't want to change it, or they
Right.
they would be like they would look through goggles or not really see maybe because they've already spent such a long time on it, they don't really have fresh eyes on it, and
Right. So yeah, that's the thing is like,
I guess you do have
and
to point at that.
yeah, because that's the thing I have towards fan. Like, okay, a big trend with Sonic fan game developers, and it mainly because of games like Forces and arguably like Generations. Those games felt very linear in design. They didn't feel very open.
Here we go.
Right. So
I know where he's
a lot
going
of
with
these,
this.
a lot of these fan games start. They say, all right, let's make Sonic open. Let's get our development team together. Let's make open world level design. All that. Now they
Sonic
do that.
Rangers.
They do that, right? And then they develop it, and they say, yeah, this is good. Yeah, oh yeah, this is good. And what you get most of the time with games like Sonic GT and a certain game that I've reviewed on my channel before, Sonic Omens, what that leads to is very empty levels that feels like there's nothing in them. So yeah, the levels are open, There's nothing in them though. So yeah, I mean,
You know, I would agree. The only decent levels in Sonic Omens are the linear ones. That's right.
yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, the best level in Sonic Omens is Mystic Jungle, and it's ripped straight from Sonic Adventure 2 with like some slight.
I would say it's like the beach
retweaks.
level, but
Yeah, retweaking.
and
it's like
yeah.
So yeah, like obviously, you know, this level's more open than like Sonic Forces, for example. But there's nothing in it. It's like, Sonic Team could have made an open world game a long time ago. But what you need in an open world design or open level design in general, you need to have stuff in it in order to like make it fun.
I do think that's valid, but there's also the thing that actually before I say anything, Min, you've been really quiet. Maybe you wanna like touch on this topic a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a big issue with Sonic Omens as a whole.
Oh,
And
no.
So, like, okay, when I played the game for the first time, I'm like, okay, so this game kind of starts off decent, but when I heard Sonic talk, I was just like, oh no.
When
was like,
Shadow
oh,
started
no.
talking.
yeah, oh my god.
Isn't it?
Tails, whoever talked first, I was like, oh no, this is gonna about to be the worst thing I've ever played in my entire life. You know, besides the Lost World, that is.
Yeah.
Besides the Lost World.
And
Um,
I want to say no hate to the creators. Like, I saw what they did. Ambition was great. You tried, good job. But like,
Yeah.
I'm
course,
sorry.
it's fair.
Those okay. Look, and I hate criticizing fan games, but the cutscenes, they look a lot better than most fan game cutscenes. But like, I just got SFM porno vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They just
And-
look like that.
I
I
want to
do
say
think that criticizing fan games, people get a lot of like shit for criticizing fan games, but then
right.
still making fan games is still like a learning experience. So like if you give no criticism at all, that would mean like that they would just do whatever they want, make a bad product, and maybe, you know, not learn the lessons that they should from making the fan games in the first place. You know.
And I'm gonna say one thing. I'm just gonna very loosely say this, but this one of the people that works on Sonic Omens has not liked my Twitter. I'll just say that, and they have said some interesting stuff that lead me to question the development team behind Sonic Omens.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like I feel like another thing is like both the fans and sometimes developers. Again, that one developer that keeps talking to me on Twitter. A lot of them can't take criticism because they always say something like, "Oh, the game's free. We didn't have any budget."
Yeah, but that
you know,
really sucks. You know, that's just like beating yourself up basically.
right? And to some extent, they're right. You know, you do need some sort of budget to make a game, right? But there are some core design issues that I have with some of these fan games that you don't need $1 million budget to fix, right?
Yeah, I think a general thing that I do to see if to like have faith in fan game developers is just imagine them making their own original game if it could be good. For instance, Greedy from Sonic GT, for instance, he's making his original game now, and I'm sure it's great, you know. And I really did think that he was, you know, and that's why I also thought Sonic GT was great because he just had a great foundation, and he's a great developer, and I know that. But you know what? If I look at the Sonic Omens team, you know, not to get personal or anything,
right?
I don't, you know, if I imagine them making their own original game, I don't imagine it going too well.
They apparently are making
no
one.
offense, of course.
I'm a little curious. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm a little curious how they're gonna do. But yeah, so the thing is like that's the thing I hate. And it's like, you know, honestly, you know, stuff like voice acting and stuff like that. I am honestly like I don't judge very well because like, you know, it's like they don't have the money to hire professional voice acting. You know, I have no problem with it. Whatever. Like
yeah, and
that
like,
I'm okay with.
Honestly, I don't
there's
care about
no
fan game stories.
But that's the thing though, that those kind of things are like, sure you can criticize them, but like those things
you know,
which generally would improve if they had a budget, right? You can't just like be bad at hiring a voice actor. I don't think.
Right.
Be bad.
I mean, you could choose the wrong voice. You know, like someone auditions. Like, there's this one guy that's really perfect. And there's this guy that sounds completely different. Like, oh, go for the guy completely different. But anyway,
Okay. I want to, before we move on, I want to vent one massive frustration. It's that I for the most part, like, I may not like a lot of fan games, but I appreciate them all, and I usually only cover fan games on my channel if I feel that they did something great, because I don't want to make a video completely
Bashing someone, yeah.
I don't want to
Of
dog
course.
a fan game in a video, because I
that
don't want
makes total
anyone,
sense.
I don't want anyone
either.
who's watching my video to go to that creator and be like, hey, your
Yeah,
fan game's
no,
bad,
exactly.
loser. You know, I don't.
That and it's like, you know, I don't want to make a video yelling at some rando on the internet. You know, I don't want that.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that.
But there's one frustration I have, and
Go.
it's that. All right, I love SRB2. It is one of the best fan game. It is the best fan game I've ever played. Like, I genuinely put that in my top 3 Sonic games, and I'm not like kidding you. I am dead serious. I put that in my top 3. SRB2 is in that top 3. But now that I like it so much, I see so many people like misunderstanding the game. It's like, no. And they call it bad, and I'm like, no, you don't understand.
You don't understand.
Because like
fan games are still games though, and people can still have opinions on games.
Right.
So
Obviously.
I don't understand a problem with someone disagreeing with you on saying that SRB2 is
Right.
good.
yeah, I mean, obviously I don't, but like, this is
It's like if they get something completely wrong.
Look,
Like,
this is the impression I get, because the biggest complaint I see with SRB2 is that it's way too slippery. And now, look, I hear that criticism, but like, I'm thinking of that, and it's like, that's literally kind of the point of the gameplay and how it interacts with the level design. And when I hear that, I get this same impression of like, you just bugged through the map on Sonic Adventure. That's the kind of same thing.
That's funny, because I think that the controls are pretty good. It's just the fact that the level design is not that great. It doesn't really fit it. So that you're saying that level design does fit it is kind of makes me, you know.
Hey man, me and you need to debate this later. I will debate this to my final breath, bro.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, I love debating you, so I would like to do that, actually.
Yeah, you know,
right.
let's have a miniature debate right now.
Yeah, let's have a mini debate.
All right, look, SRB2, right? You have like a high acceleration, right? And you see, putting Sonic into 3D, and I'm about to like diss a whole bunch of fan games by saying this, but like, you are not going to. Whew, okay, sorry, but like, you are not going to be able to make momentum work in 3D like how GT works and have it be a fun and stable game. Like, it has to be. You can't have overpowered momentum. It has to be managed, like how Adventure does it. There's momentum in that game, but it's not overpowered. You're not gonna roll into the ball and fly across the map.
I do agree that momentum is a tricky thing. I mean, in the classic games, you had momentum as in, like, you know, the game was basically like a pinball table. Now imagine a pinball table in 3D. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
See, to further your point, Matt, I was playing Sonic GT the other day to get prepared for a video, and I homing attacked, and I was sent like miles away, like, because the momentum of like the homing attack, it shot me to the other side of the map. It's like, come on, what are you doing?
Now,
okay, it wasn't that bad, but it was
something about that momentum, right? Is that
right?
Its level design is typically a bunch of hills that you roll down or fly across. There's not really a lot of platforming. It's just getting to the into the stage faster.
Yeah,
now,
I would agree.
SRB2, there is momentum. It's not as overpowered as those games, but it is pretty overpowered. But this is what I like about it, because the level design has a lot of platforming and a lot of tricks that you have to do. And yes, the controls are technically slippery, but it's in a good way, because instead of just taking the classic formula and slapping it into 3D, they made it so that getting to the end of the stage takes a lot of skill to do it really fast, because your goal is to maintain the speed by being able to platform with the like momentum of Sonic, because the faster you go, the harder it is going to be to platform in SRB2. So you have to, if you want to move fast through a level, you have to learn how to platform at high speeds, and I think that is such a good design formula for Sonic. I love that so much.
It really is.
If I were to compare,
I have not like mastered SRB2 yet, so I do think that some of the later levels are pretty frustrating, especially the desert level, which just has like walls of cacti and spikes everywhere. I just jump somewhere and I land in a bed of spikes. I'm not kidding. That level's awful. But Yeah, then there are like the gimmicks, like the rolling ball and the lava section. It's just like, yeah, okay, sure. It's more like a regular platformer now than actually like, you know,
Yeah, but
speedy platformer.
the reason why I like that desert level so much is like in levels after that,
music.
it really.
I would agree.
I mean, the music is dope, but like really, I love the level design because with Sonic, you know, he's going super fast because of momentum because he wanted to get to the stage at the end of the stage as fast as possible. So trying to maintain your speed, you have to learn how to fight with Sonic's speed. Like when you're jumping, you have to learn how to maneuver Sonic to land precisely on a platform. And some people may see that as bad level design, but these platforms are kind of wide. They're pretty open. So like you have space to land on these platforms. I feel like the level design perfectly fits how Sonic controls. And mastering that game is so good.
If I were to compare it to something, if I were comparing what you're trying to say, if I were to compare it to something, I would compare it to to a slightly similar mechanic within like Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania's like special stages where it's like you're chasing the UFO. Now you have two choices. You can either prioritize speed, but Sonic, Tails, Knuckles is harder to control, so therefore you have to like make sure to keep your control like good and all, or you can prioritize time, so that way, you know, that's sort of that mechanic.
I mean,
that kind of same
very
you're
good
talking
game
about.
design,
Sort
I
of.
feel.
It's kind of like that.
We should probably cut the mini debate here on just SRB2.
Yeah, all right. Well,
It's been going on for a bit.
yeah, we
we
might
went to Sonic
continue
RB2,
this in a separate podcast, just
Exactly.
SRB2 podcast.
To be fair, I haven't played
I love
SRB2 in a
SRB2.
while, so I do have to refresh my memory.
Alright.
I just remember it being frustrating.
Replay
doing?
it. If you disagree, we need to do another podcast, bro.
Of course, yeah, I'll refresh my memory.
I will fight you on this, bro.
Is Sonic Sonic Robo Blast 2 too slippery?
Oh,
Anyway.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh.
Sonic Heroes is
Yeah,
too
anyway.
slippery.
I could get into here. No, we're not gonna start. with
Oh,
this.
it's
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
what's next?
So actually, you know what? We're gonna skip the next one since that one's kind of old. But you know, we haven't really mentioned this in the podcast, but Ender Electronicals is here.
What?
Ender
It's so wrong to say my name
Ender
incorrectly.
Electrics.
Okay, Ender Electrics is here, and if any of you know,
Uh-huh.
he is a developer of Sonic Rush 3D, a very popular fan game.
I actually
that
didn't know that.
Is currently being
didn't?
worked on. Yes.
Yeah. I
So-
just played it.
Flattered. Yeah, I am a co-director. I used to do the coding, but now, you know, I don't know if I can say the names because I don't know if it's public. Yeah. Now the main coders are probably Beats and Sonic Jason. He worked on Hedge Physics. No, wait, Hedge Physics Revival, I think. So yeah, they're really awesome people.
So
Yeah, okay.
Game shit.
that's why I wanted to bring you on here, because this is about fan games, and I feel like
Right.
you have a perspective that none of us do. So
Right.
I guess what I'm gonna ask is, what was it like making Rush 3D?
It was more of a passion project than like a serious. Well, I would say it was made as more of a learning experience because I wanted to make a Sonic style game for a while now, and I did fail in doing that. So like I really wanted to get that Sonic game right this time, and you know, so I brought some people. I brought Temzy and Chicken Wing Johnny on board. And because I love low polygon graphics, Temzy loves Sonic
yes.
Rush.
Oh,
3D.
yeah.
Sorry,
no.
Sonic Rush, not 3D.
One sec.
And
Yeah, he does love
Chicken
Sonic
Wing
Rush
is great
3D.
at making low poly models. So I thought let's not. We
Yeah,
all decided to team up together and make a game that we thought was had some potential, and we came up with Rush 3D, and it really was a learning experience for me because it's really fun working in a team, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like I've been making games on my own for a really long time, but now being able to work with a team is just really fun.
Now,
Are you sure?
I'm alright. I'm about to like literally stroke your ego right now. There's a lot that I like about Sonic Rush 3D. Sure, it's a little rough around the edges, but that's like every fan game. But some I like is that it's so unique and it's okay. Dare I say, crazy controversial and very high budget. Like,
Oh,
High budget though, not high
seeing
budget.
3D Sonic Rush graphics in a fan game is so cool. Like, I can't
Yeah.
describe it. It's awesome.
Like,
You know what?
I wanna
It
say-
looks great. It looks you know, I think Chiku and Johnny's models are just like so charming. I know
Facts.
they're based off of Rush, but like I think they're so charming.
I want
And
to
we
say
in the latest update, which I don't think is out yet, Beats also added some like more graphical effects to make it like more expressive, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I
the
think I
graphics.
saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks really good, dude. I can't. This is the like, I don't know. This just feels like it's a game that I would really make, like low poly Sonic. That's really the two things that I really
Yeah.
love in game development.
one thing, like I don't know who, but I forgot who at the moment, but someone's been making like Sonic Rush 3D animations, and they look so good. I really love how they look. Like, I don't know, like the low poly like Sonic Rush models are just so charming, and seeing them like animated.
Rush for
and
the
everything,
animations.
they
You
look
mean
really
the,
nice.
You mean the cutscenes that we have?
No. Like someone's making like I saw one, like I remember this one for example. Like there's like a Scott Pilgrim clip where it's like man, I love bread until you get
Dude,
fat.
no,
Bread
that's
makes
Chiku
you
and Johnny
fat.
doing that.
Oh,
That's
it is.
him. That's his, those are his.
Wait, the mac and
rigs.
cheese one?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yo.
shout out to Chicken Wing Johnny, man.
Yeah,
Follow
those
him.
are so good. I
Freaking
love
Twitter.
them. Like they're so good. They're probably my favorite animated content on YouTube. I love them, honestly.
Alright, and
Yeah.
And just like I don't know, like the really pixelated textures, you know, like obviously on purpose. You know, they look really good, honestly. Like it's such a style. I like it.
now I'm going to continue stroking your ego a little bit more.
Oh,
Now,
Well, Matt, I'm
yeah.
flattered.
All right.
This
Now
episode
here's
is good, don't
the
worry.
thing, and you know, I want to say this, like, the level design is linear, and I love that, and it just has so much more potential. It actually feels like it feels like the framework of a Sonic level that could actually be in a video game.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like a bunch of open, empty space. It feels linear. It feels like I'm playing a Sonic level. And
Exactly. You want to know something? I'm gonna stroke someone else's ego again.
Uh-oh.
Chicken Wing Johnny did the level design.
oh,
good.
What do you
nice.
think about that game?
I
Like,
think
he
I
did a
remember.
great
I
job.
love that guy, dude.
Did a great job.
No,
'Cause,
but,
yeah,
like,
that's
I'm pretty sure I'm doing the level design for the next level. So yeah, that you know, that's gonna be exciting because I'm gonna
the
be
advice
learning
I
some level
have
design.
is the advice I have is like whether it's open or linear, just make sure that there's stuff in it, right? Because
Facts.
like you know, Generations is linear, it is, but there's stuff in it, you know,
That's
that
true.
makes there to make those linear moments memorable. Because there's linear and then there's open, you know, there's linear and then it's like, but it's like packed full of stuff, you know, there's stuff to remember, you know. But
Yeah.
and then there's open where it's like you kind of have that concept, but you know if you don't do it right, you know then it's just empty and meaningless. You know, like another example. You know, I've been playing. I replayed Sonic Utopia recently, and I remember that was one that everybody was talking about. I remember that one. And
But it's just an open space with nothing to
yeah,
do.
exactly. There's nothing in it. Like it's just a giant map. There's nothing in it.
Yeah.
It's just so empty and flat. There's no, I don't know. It's
Yeah,
so weird.
Min, what's your take on the level design
Yeah.
for these kind of fan games?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so I actually want to talk about Sonic Rush 3D for a second.
Oh, of course, go ahead.
Personally, I don't like it.
Oh, dang.
The
Oh,
controls of it
I like
don't.
this. I like this. Okay, go ahead.
Ooh,
Okay.
Okay,
This
so
is good.
the controls of
We need
it,
some
right?
balance in here.
They
Mhm.
don't feel very responsive. I was just playing like a few seconds ago,
Mhm.
and
Hazard.
when you
I
guys
did
were
too,
talking about, it, I was
actually.
playing, right? And
Mhm.
I was just like trying to just play it, right? And I'm just like, I can't get through this certain section because Sonic's not lined up correctly. I had to literally jump over it in order to get past a certain section. I didn't know how to get through it.
Which section were you?
It
having
was
trouble with?
it was the first level, obviously.
Yeah,
And
there's
it
a lot of
was the first sliding part where you have to slide underneath the little like arch or whatever.
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, and that part for some reason Sonic was not lined up correctly, and
Yeah,
due
that's
to him having
that's a bug with the
yeah,
I feel like I'm pretty sure that's the 2D section
Yes.
spline messing up. That
Yeah.
does happen sometimes.
Yeah, I was
So I
figuring.
apologize.
I was figuring that was like an issue with just how the game was switching back and forth between 2D and 3D.
Yeah.
And because like literally, and also I feel like the spin dash also kind of made it so that it wasn't very responsive sometimes. Because if you try to just like go underneath something, you can't if you're using the spin dash for some weird reason. I don't know if that's like a thing that happens with the game or not.
Well,
but-
yeah, you can avoid that by sliding after spin dashing.
Okay.
But yeah,
and then-
that's fair though. Like we do need like a way to, introduce maybe make players comfortable with those kind of mechanics that only really advanced players would kind of understand.
And
as well as in the one section where you're running away from that huge like water like fall kind of thing. I don't know really like what you would call that. It's just like a huge like water's coming after you, and it's like it looks like you see Sonic in the front and he's running towards the screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have to boost, tells you to boost.
Right.
Though the thing is that when you try to go left or right, Sonic looks in the other direction and he turns in that other direction.
Oh yeah. That actually happened to me too. Yeah.
It's so disorienting. I don't know where Sonic's going, and I literally had to stop looking at Sonic and just be like, I'm going right with my thumb, and be like, this is where I'm going. But I just realized that you could just go straight forward if you have enough boost, and
Right.
so I was like, it doesn't even matter.
So actually, this was great timing because this was the next thing I was gonna go into with Sonic Rush 3D after stroking your ego. I was gonna go into the next topic, which was kind of the opposite. I'm not gonna say anything about the gameplay because honestly, like I had issues with it, but I know you're improving it right now. But
Right.
But I'm just gonna say this now. When you launched the game. Well, let's not be around the bush. There was a lot of people who weren't too fond about that, and you guys got a lot of criticism.
That's true.
How did you feel about that?
I felt it was fair. I thought that the game was kind of in a rough condition, and we did have to rush it for the deadline. And
For Sage, or whatever.
yeah, we didn't really. If I recall correctly, I'm not sure. I don't believe we had playtesters at the time, so that may have also been one of the reasons.
Yeah.
Though I can be wrong about that. Maybe we brought them on later. Maybe we already had them. But but that's why we worked so hard in those first few days of the launch there, just to improve the game, make it as best as we could in that time span.
I also sorry, I just want to say one
You're
last
good.
thing,
Yeah,
and that
You
was
can talk whatever. It's fine.
okay. Another issue that I have with the game is that I know you guys were like, oh, I like the old, the graphics and everything.
Oh
and
no,
like
you ain't about this graphics.
I will say that I do like it, but it feels too like compressed. It feels like it literally feels like you turned like
A DS
the actual DS's like resolution rate and tried to just blow it up on a big screen, and it does not look very right in certain sections.
I kind
of
of
the game.
disagree on that. I feel like they literally just took a DS game and made it 3D, and I think that was what was needed.
I feel like because the DS could do 3D like slightly, and I feel like like what Sonic Rush 3D was like what if they made Sonic Rush in DS on 3D? Like
For the 3D.
So,
But it's also sort of a suspension of disbelief, of course. Like there's no way this game could run that, but it's because it has the resolution and the low polyness. You do get the feeling that it's actually like running on a DS, and I think that's really neat and awesome.
Yeah.
And you know what, Beats? I don't know if I can talk about this. Beats tried to add motion blur to the game, and that's really, where it took it a step too far. Where it was like, okay, but that's not really what a DS game would look like. And right now, I feel like we struck a really good balance between upping the graphics and making it still feel authentic.
Right.
So
I'm sorry. One thing I want to say before we move on. I want to say one thing. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but this is like we just witnessed how you take criticism. This is how you take criticism for your fan game. I'm just saying. I'm just saying this. Anyway,
some people just can't take it like at all.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah,
what?
I mean, you guys are like my friends though, so I do want to be respectful.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
not that I would like start randomly swearing at people on Twitter, but
I would.
Anyway, all right. Next, whatever's next.
Whatever we're talking about.
Yeah.
So now that we've talked about fan games, what are you guys' experiences with ROM hacks and hacking and mods for Sonic games?
Oh, okay.
I think
So,
mods have greatly improved Sonic Forces for me. Like, I actually unironically think Sonic Forces is fun after installing mods on it.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
will-
weird?
I have a lot to say about that, but we'll wait for a moment.
I have one thing I want to say. So
You have a lot of things to say. You have a lot of things to say.
one mod in particular I want to talk about. Sonic Forces, the thing, not that one, the one where they add more to they try to make the levels bigger. I forgot. Though it was in the recent. It was in the recent one.
Oh, it was reimagined. Yeah.
Okay. It's better, obviously, because they made the levels. However, I feel like.
Yeah.
I do feel like they're kind of just taking the regular levels and just kind of adding more to it. Again, that goes a long way, but you didn't really make the levels any more open. You just kind of made them longer, right? That's what that's kind of my.
I do feel the problem with Sonic Forces wasn't really the level design itself. Sure, it was linear, but it's still, if you replayed it, you still had different options and stuff. It's just the fact that they were so incredibly short. I thought Sonic Forces was okay at best in level design wise, at least. It's just the fact that they're so short,
I don't know, man. I'm got to disagree with that.
Whatever.
It's look, I feel like there's a lot of levels where you're just holding forward. That's it. It's you're just holding forward.
Automation.
For
right.
Forces, yes, for the original, yes, I would agree.
Yeah, for the original Forces.
Oh, well, yeah, for the original. Oh, I mean, for reimagined, I feel like it's gonna be something great. I mean, I obviously don't think the level design is the greatest or crazily improved Sonic Forces, but Sonic Forces, the level design may be, pretty bad. Let's just be frank here. But
right.
The levels were always busy, and I like that. If you go through Sunset Heights, they have some really beautiful visuals and nice set pieces.
Yeah, Battle in Wonderworld maybe complement that.
Yeah, exactly. And I really like a lot about the levels in Sonic Forces visually and the worlds that Sonic is running in. So, but when you get to the reimagined part, it's like an empty brick road. It's
yeah.
I feel like if they add more to it, a bunch of new broken down buildings and I don't know, a bunch more destruction.
You know what I really liked in
I feel like that's what it needs.
In the original, in a previous build of the reimagined mod, the Lost Valley level was the original long stroke of Green Hill. The long hallway of Green Hill at the start of Lost Valley.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They changed it so there's 2 different elevations, and then you can jump around platforms and then go through a
rainbow ring.
Dash ring, that's it. And then and then you can it was much more interesting, I'm not sure if that's in the newest build. I did see I don't know. Yeah, I do agree that the Reimagined project doesn't really change the emptiness of the original. Though I will say that
makes it more fun, the original, I'll say that.
Yeah, I will say that it does make Luminous Forest in particular much more engaging. The long road. That's the entirety of Sonic Forces. I'm realizing this as I speak.
Yeah.
The entirety, the long road at the start. That's every level. There's, they change a lot of. They add alternate routes. They make different elevations. That's really important. I think Luminous Forest and that mod is really good, but I don't know why. But I don't think those levels are in the latest build.
That's weird.
All right, I know Min wanted to say something earlier, but he didn't get the chance. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I think he said it right.
Well, I kind of did, but we're talking about hacks, right? And stuff.
Right.
Hacks and mods.
Okay, hacks and mods. All right. So about the the Sonic hacking contest, you know,
Mhm.
all that and everything. I did really enjoy like some of the stuff that people presented and made and everything. Like the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 Mania thing was actually pretty fun, and I enjoyed that a lot.
Mhm.
And then there was like, you know, the shivery mountainsides.
Oh, that was good. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good.
Yeah.
It was so good. That's so cool.
That level was so good.
It's so good. It's so good. And there's so many
I'm-
different other ones too that are like amazing.
Mhm.
Man.
I will say my favorite mod for Sonic Forces though is like the one where they made a chaos boss, and it's
Oh,
like it's
yeah.
right. It's at the classic Sonic stage, which like
Isn't that
always
also
infuriated
the
me.
same guy?
I'm not sure. I just like, but it always infuriated me because I'm just like,
maybe
'cause, like,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah, no
Yeah, 'cause,
chaos
like,
balls.
Because like the main thing with all the with Sonic Forces was like the fact that they advertised, you know, that like the bosses, you know, they advertised Zavok, Metal Sonic, you know, in that iconic E3 trailer, and it was like, you know, oh, we get to fight, we can fight all four of them, and you only got to fight two. And the thing that infuriated me about it, it was like, okay, well maybe they just couldn't find the place to do it, right? You know, they couldn't do it, and it was like, I know for a fact they could have just put that boss fight during during that classic Sonic stage. It made me so mad. Just like, you could have put the boss right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
Ah,
actually, before we start getting more into the hacking contest that Min was talking about,
Right.
Okay, this is a little off topic. Well, not completely off topic,
Kinda.
but I always
Yeah,
had
yeah.
this vision for Sonic Forces, right? Like,
uh-huh.
imagine, right? Super Sonic,
Dragons.
super classic Sonic. No,
Uh-huh.
not Imagine Dragons. And you know, the rookie and all that, they're like all together, right? And I imagine
Mhm.
like a final boss that super forms and all that. And then you add
Mhm.
like the glitchy perfect chaos, infinite giant Zavok and like Shadow
Like different
coming
faces?
after you. All four of them at once, and you had to like hit all
Ah.
of them one at a time, like take
That would be
turns
awesome.
going through all of them.
Then we
That
get
would've been so
Eggman
cool.
Sonic Dash.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
final boss.
that's what we got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
and-
yeah. No.
Oh,
was
actually, Min just put something in the chat. I'll post that on screen.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Yoshi's
dude,
Island DLC from the Wii U version. Someone's actually like put that
Yeah.
back in
I
the.
love how their
PC
username, I noticed this before, I love how their username is just death.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And-
This is death.
I remember getting Lost World on PC, and I'm like, you know it's not much hoping for this, but I hope the Nintendo DLCs are on there, because I remember playing that on the Wii U back in the day. Of
was
course it
bad.
wasn't,
They are.
but you know.
Yeah.
Actually, funny side note story. Back when I was like 12, right? I knew nothing about the console wars and whatnot. I knew nothing
Right.
about Nintendo exclusivity and
Exclusivity.
all that.
Mhm.
But when I got an Xbox 360 for Christmas, right?
Right.
The first game I got on it was Minecraft. But then I searched up in the search bar Mario, and nothing came up. I was like, what? What?
What?
What?
What?
Mario?
What? I
Was
searched.
Mario-
Yeah, I searched up Legend Zelda. Nothing. I'm like, what is this? I bought the Xbox 360, dude.
I hate how I'm laughing at this. This is actually sad.
I
probably-
was so like, I was actually like really sad that I couldn't play Mario on my Xbox, dude. I was seriously upset. I was hurt.
Damn.
It's so funny.
Like they
though.
don't. Man, Xbox doesn't have any interest in anything I'm interested in.
I hate how I have so much empathy for a stupid 12-year-old Matt has no cuts.
I know, right? I
Did
know,
the same
right?
thing happen to you?
I
feel like it
will not talk about
would've.
this topic.
I see. It took. I didn't get the Xbox 360 was like my first system where, like, I knew, like, I did have a Wii beforehand, but I didn't know about the Wii Shop channel. You know, that was my first one with like an online shop and everything. So I didn't I figured out the whole console exclusivity thing before I, figured out about the shops and everything. So
Yeah, I never. Okay, we
But
should
it most
probably
likely
get back to
would've-
the hacks. I shouldn't talk about this.
yeah.
We should get back to the Sonic hacks.
Sonic hacks.
What
Yeah,
else is
get
there on
back
the
to
hack
Sonic
contest?
Yeah, alright. But anyways, Yeah, that DLC restoration, that's gonna
Yeah.
be dope.
Impressive, I will say.
And
Didn't
impressive.
it take like
Yeah.
more than a year or something to do that? I forgot.
Yeah,
This
'cause I
project
think-
took a long time, I remember.
Is because they have to get it off the Wii U, and it's like they
Mhm.
have to port it in and make sure everything's good. You know, so-
Bro, you know what's
Must
the
have been
best part
awful.
about this DLC?
what's
The
that?
mod creator is tying Nintendo to a bed and whipping them with this DLC. Like, bro, you can't do anything about it. What's Nintendo gonna do? Strike down a Sonic DLC? It's not gonna happen, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they. I don't know.
I don't think
maybe
they
not.
can.
We can do that. It's a
Yeah,
mod.
I think
It has-
because it's more. Yeah.
it's a mod. It's not. It doesn't. It is not
It does-
releasing something that Nintendo like can do anything about.
That's true.
Although I will say the most fucked up mod. I mean, the most. You can cut that out. The most.
You can bleep that out.
the most weird mods. You know, the most mods I'm creeped out by. There you go. Are the ones where it's like you can play as Mario and Sonic. Am I playing a crossbreed? Like what am I playing? This doesn't feel right.
Yeah, Mario Generations was funny though. I will not-
Yeah,
I
it
will
was.
not-
Generation.
Okay, I have
So
one
Mario,
critique.
dude.
When Mario's
Yeah.
running and doing stuff, his arms always clipping through his body.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really.
But it's like it's
yeah.
a mod. I won't get mad at him for that. You know?
I mean, I won't get
I-
mad because it's kind of hard to
Yeah.
make Mario work as Sonic, but you know. Ah!
Yeah, I
You're
feel
so
that way.
angry.
Okay, it's sometimes it's hard being a reviewer. It's really hard because like you play something normal for once, right? Or you try to watch a movie with your friends, and then while you're watching, it's like you have all these like criticisms you have, like and it's like
Yeah. I remember playing.
Yeah.
I remember watching Ready Player One with my friends. And I was just like, "Dude, this is horse crap. Why are we watching this?" I was so
Alright.
critical.
anyway. All right, moving on so we don't get off topic.
Yeah, exactly. We should
Yeah.
probably like get on with that. Are there any other
Yeah,
mods
yeah.
in the that I
I
don't
don't
know
think
about?
there's anything else. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. I
Yeah,
can't think of anything.
I can't think of anything either. So
Yeah.
we're gonna go into the last few topics that I want to talk
Mhm.
about, and these are not fan games. These are Sonic current state. We gotta do this every podcast where we talk about new Sonic
yeah.
news, current state of Sonic, all
So
that.
Sonic is
Now,
dead.
yeah, Sonic has died last week. His body was found in a Kroger's shopping center.
Mario has confirmed to not come to his funeral.
All right, but I have this idea, right? So
Right.
there's Super Mario 3D All Stars, and then there's Super Mario
Yep.
All Stars. What if,
Right.
if Sonic Origins does good? What if there's a Sonic 3D Origins?
Sonic Adventure.
I could see them doing that.
It's
It's
like,
like okay,
which
see,
game
here's
That
the thing.
sounds like a
though.
good title, Sonic 3D
Yeah.
Origins. That,
So, which
oh,
games would it include? That's an
Alright,
important
so-
factor too.
Yo,
We'll
wait,
get to
no,
that
I got
in a
it. I got it. Yeah, Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Heroes. Sonic
You can
Heroes,
skip
my favorite
Heroes.
game.
Yeah. I feel like
Uh,
Heroes is probably the best.
Give Heroes, you said.
Wait, okay, hold up.
Wait, no,
what
that's
did
not
you
what I
just
meant.
say?
That's not what I meant.
What?
No, that's
Hold
not-
up.
no.
Hold
Sorry. No,
Oh, no.
I got my words tied up. No. What I meant to say was like Sonic Heroes is good enough to be in a collection. That's what I meant to say.
Okay.
That's what I meant to say.
I'll
Yeah,
accept
believe me,
that.
I don't
I'll
like-
accept that.
I don't like Sonic Heroes either, but
Aw.
you know,
All right.
Well,
all
I
right.
mean, we would
That's
have.
the other thing.
What would this collection include, though? Would it be a full-on
Yeah.
Sonic Mega
Before-
Collection style title, or will it be like a Mario
Bef-
3D All Stars, where it's just like the 3 ROMs pasted onto one disc?
before we get to that, there is one thing I want to say. I want Sonic 3D Origins just because I want Sega to one up Nintendo. Like I want them because like the thing is we
Sega
know
does what Nintendo-
Sonic. Well, no, we know that Sonic 3D not Mario 3D All Stars was lackluster. We all know that because there was no extras. There was no extras. It was just 3 ROMs and the menu was
They
uninspired.
didn't
right?
even
it was
give
all
us 16:9
Aspect
64.
ratio?
Yeah.
So what
They
I
couldn't
want,
even do that.
I want Nintendo to make. I want Sega to make a Sonic 3D Origins and make it way better than Mario than the Mario 3D All Stars because they're kind of already doing that with Origins because like they already confirmed that it's not going to be an emulation and they could have just done emulation for Sonic Origins but they already said we're porting them. It's not going to be emulation.
Yeah.
Which is just
That's good. That already makes it better. But to get back to my question,
Mhm.
it really depends on which style it will be. Will it be Sonic Mega Collection style or just like the basic ROM on the
So,
disc?
I'm pretty sure they'll port all the games and it'll be Sonic Adventure 1, 2, and Heroes. Most
My,
likely.
all right. What I would be fine with Adventure 1, 2, and Heroes.
Mhm.
but
feel
I
like-
really want them to include Unleashed and Generations, because
Those aren't Origins.
That's
what the
too
heck?
big. Yeah, that's too big. That's too big of a
we
collection.
need Generations on Switch. Dang it!
Those aren't Origins.
What are
Okay.
you doing? Generations and Unleashed. That's
They
why.
would
Look,
include Sonic
That's
3D
the
Blast
Alright, fine.
before Sonic Unleashed.
All right, fine,
Okay.
whatever. But anyways, Adventure 1, 2, and Heroes. Heroes, it's kind of easy. Heroes doesn't have a bad port yet. Knock on wood, don't give us a bad port.
PS2 version.
Sonic Adventure 2 Battle it wasn't a terrible. It got the job
Still,
done.
What? It had multiplayer.
I mean, it added multiplayer, but
it put Sonic on the GameCube. What are you talking about?
okay, look, Sonic Colors Ultimate put Sonic Colors on the Switch. Like, we're not gonna use that point, right? But like,
Right.
Sonic Forces was on this. What are you talking about, man?
okay, look, what I'm saying is Sonic Adventure 2 Battle had its ups, and that's why I'm not calling it bad. But there was
Right.
some things I wasn't a big fan of. And you know, it's not as bad as DX. We'll get to DX in a second. But you can look at the Adventure 2 Battle versus Adventure 2 comparison thing later. But there is differences. But here's the thing, like, I'm fine if they port Adventure 2 Battle, I don't care. But I want them to port the Dreamcast version of Sonic Adventure, because I am tired.
Really?
I
Yeah.
am
I
so
agree.
tired of people playing the DX version and be like, Adventure is bad. Because no, dude, I'm serious. I have compared from emulation on Dreamcast and Dreamcast conversion mod and the Xbox port for Sonic DX, Adventure Director's Cut. And something I noticed is Dreamcast conversion is obviously, you know, it's the best. It's 60 frames per second, has best graphics, but it's pretty much the same as the emulated Dreamcast version. And something I noticed,
It's not though. The code inside is much different.
Well,
it is.
They would have to change a lot of. They would have to change some stuff for it to just work. You can't just port the Dreamcast version. The Dreamcast version doesn't have skippable cutscenes and also doesn't have any of the missions of the DX.
alright, look,
it's missing content.
Look, I'll get into that, but what I'm saying is the main game, and I've really noticed this, especially if you really want a good example, play Speed Highway on the Xbox 360 version and then play it on Dreamcast conversion or Dreamcast, emulator.
Original.
But like, something I noticed is that it's not just the graphics that is messed up. With Sonic Adventure, you have to interact with the level design by using the spin dash to get to other paths and whatnot. You have to manipulate the level design to be in your favor. Something I noticed, and I think I know why people hate Sonic Adventure now. When I was playing the Xbox version, I'm dead serious. I'm not lying to you. I'm going to make a comparison soon, just so I can show everybody how DX is an even worse port than people think. I was going down a road in DX, and Sonic just flew off the side, and I didn't do anything.
That does happen.
But
That does happen. It's
in the
mainly during the tunnel
Dreamcast, it
segment.
doesn't. It does not do that in the Dreamcast. And I tried other levels. It does the same thing. I can't stop the game from breaking on DX, but I don't have the issue on the Dreamcast versions.
You know what? As a game developer, that really weirds me out because I would
How do you
think
even have that?
that's because of the. Wait, did the original Dreamcast have 60 FPS?
No, it didn't.
No,
it
it
was
didn't.
30
It's 30
FPS.
Exactly. So I would think that's an issue of the frame rate. Like Sonic Colors
Probably.
Ultimate has a lot of frame rate issues where Sonic just clips through an object or just doesn't go up a slope or whatever on the ceiling.
Right.
Like in Aquarium Park, he just flips through, breaks through. But because the Dreamcast conversion mod has 60 FPS, that's really weird. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't have
so-
the same issues as DX. I don't know what it is. It's just so terrible.
So here's what I say. All right. Port Dreamcast as the base, right? And then make it 60 FPS and fix those glitches. Make sure those glitches are fixed. And then give us
glitches?
options. Give us options to where we can go through. I will kill you if you switch it to SADX. But if people want to do that, go ahead. The realistic lighting, whatever. It looks bad, but whatever, fine.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, you can. If you
See,
want
it's just a
to,
different game.
see what I like to do, I like to have the SADX models with the Dreamcast lighting because I just think that I like the SADX models.
Whoa.
Dude, do you
But I
see
like
who
that
you're in a
they're
call
cool.
with right now?
I know, right?
Do you literally see?
Cast model in this profile picture.
Look. I like the the Dreamcast models. I do. In fact, I even sort of like Tails a little bit. Tails' Dreamcast model a little more because I don't know. I find it cuter. I don't know. I like it. But as a whole, I'm like, if I'm playing the game, I want to play with the DX models. That's just how I am. I just like it. I like them more. Now, however, if they ported it and they forced it to where you could play with the Dreamcast models, that's okay. I'm fine with that. I won't get mad about it. I'm fine with it. But it's like just give me the option to where give us like configuration options to where we can cycle between stuff in the Dreamcast version and in the DX version. We can change the lighting, we can change the models.
That's a lot of work though for just one port in a collection of 3 games.
Here's
very true.
I mean, the idea
that took the mod for SADX on Steam. The Dreamcast conversion mod took years to develop and to do. Like, I don't think that's reasonable to even expect.
I mean, what I expect is just base game with like a few changes, because I did hear from someone that there was an issue with, for some reason, the like texture of Chaos on the Dreamcast cannot be like recreated on any other hardware. I don't understand that or how that works.
That proves that the Dreamcast is the best console.
Probably because the Dreamcast had fairly advanced water
effects
it was
at the time. Yeah, it was something
Maybe
like
it's
that.
only available on that hardware. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but
I wonder if that's the main reason why they changed the lighting was because like the water, like Chaos is like the main villain, so they had to like change the entire lighting like to fit in with this new water texture. I don't know.
But I mean, obviously they're going to need to make changes like skipping cutscenes. What I think they should do is take the base game, change like stuff that was required by the Dreamcast to work, like whatever. I don't even care about the models. They don't have to change that, and I think people would be fine with a low poly Sonic. I mean, they played
like
Mario
I said,
64.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah,
I'd be okay with that if they forced it.
Just skippable cutscenes and change the Chaos texture. Whatever textures also need to be changed. Try to make it look good, but I just don't understand how DX happened. Like, how do you mess up the collision? Like, what were you doing with the collision?
Wait, hold on. Wasn't that made by Sega Shanghai?
Job. It's probably, you know what? SADX on the GameCube probably wasn't that bad. It's just that it was ported from the GameCube to the PC.
Yeah, that was the other thing.
The Xbox to
exactly
Steam
what
or
happened.
something.
That is exactly
I'm not
what
sure
happened.
what the
Yeah, if you buy the PC version, you're buying a port of a port of a port because it's Dreamcast to GameCube to Xbox 360 to PC. I don't know why.
No, I know. Actually, no. That's wrong.
Actually, no. Dreamcast to GameCube to PC to Xbox 360, then back to PC.
Yes.
Why?
We got it.
It's horrifying. I don't know, like, why they would do that.
And
why not at least put the
I
PC
mainly
version
I just want people specifically on Switch to experience the adventure games, especially Sonic Adventure 1, without falling through the map because DX is just so broken. Alright guys, complain about Colors Ultimate all you want, at least the game, like, you can still play the game. Normally.
What? You can't play SADX?
Okay, look, you can play SADX, but it is the collision and how Sonic just flings around is so broken as it happens so many times. Like,
let me put it this way.
I literally don't play
that though. I mean, there's literally slopes in Colors Ultimate that cannot be, like, sure, the game is beatable, but those slopes, like, they're broken forever.
Let me put it this way.
SADX doesn't have anything like that.
SADX, you have to know what you're doing before you play it. Sonic Colors Ultimate, you could definitely get away because, I played Sonic Colors Ultimate exactly the same way I played Sonic Colors on an emulator without the 60 FPS patch.
Yes.
I have not run into a single issue.
That's not true. That's actually
me. Not me. I'm just saying. Me.
No, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
That can't happen. You can't not run into a glitch in Colors Ultimate. If you're just doing a normal playthrough, you have to clip through those slopes in Aquarium Park to beat the game.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's no way you can beat the game.
I think I know the one you're talking
playing
about.
The 30 FPS. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not just one. There's stuff in Starlight Carnival. There's the Asteroid Coaster. roller coaster, where if you just jump into the wisp capsule, it doesn't grab the wisp capsule.
I mean, yeah,
Those
that's
things are
all
just
it's
impossible to do. Those are all glitches. You are running into 100%.
The
You
one
can't not
aquarium
run
park
into a
one.
glitch. You have to not notice it.
The one aquarium park issue that you're talking about, my friend encountered that one. I did not encounter that one. I have not encountered that one. I played Aquarium Park Act 1 plenty of times. I played Aquarium Park Act 1 plenty of times.
I don't think that's possible.
I
forgot my Chrome is broken.
All right, well,
I would look up a Switch playthrough, but
anyway.
Wait, okay, quick question. How does that even happen? How do you mess that up?
60 FPS.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
yeah, 60
but
FPS.
like, what about DX? How did they do that?
I
No
don't know.
clue. Probably
That's a good question.
Port of a port.
Probably.
Maybe the code kept broke down over time. I don't know.
Alright.
I'm not
Now
advanced in porting games, so I can't tell you.
Anyways,
Now
the next topic.
wait. There's one thing I want to say. Sonic Adventure 2, online matchmaking. Make it happen.
Facts,
Better play
facts,
online.
facts,
Look,
facts, facts,
look,
facts,
look,
facts,
online-
facts.
We didn't really get to
online-
talk. We didn't really get to talk about how you would fix Sonic Heroes, and I do think that's disappointing.
I mean,
Yeah, that is the.
what?
Because someone said that not calling out any names. Someone on Twitter said that the Heroes would be like one of the easiest games to port or fix, because they would just like have to change the movement and fix the bugs, and they would be done.
Yeah, I mean, I
That's-
like
I
the
just
main thing
Death
they'd have
by
to fix is
1,000
the
paper
glitch.
guts. I can't stand
Like,
that game.
If they-
Exactly.
If they had to fix one issue, fix that dang collision. The collision is so bad in
yes.
Sonic Heroes.
Please.
As much as I dislike Unleashed, I will say that game did not suffer from like 1,000 paper cuts. It does
Yeah.
have some genuine like bigger issues.
Yeah.
Heroes is just like you can't fix that. You have to play it the way it is right now.
Oh, and Metal
Unbolt
Madness. I don't know if you've seen my nitpick, Matt, but Metal Madness literally made me cry. No, I didn't cry, but it got close. Like
Yeah.
I was so mad. I was so
Flipping.
frustrated with the boss. I like
thought it
Metal
was
Madness,
okay.
like the first part. It made me so mad. I hated it.
All I hope, and after this we're gonna transition to the different topic Matt wanted to.
Yeah.
I really hope that if Heroes does get a port, we don't get like the easier option of always having 3 levels.
God damn, yeah.
Like
God,
not having to build up the levels. Oh, that would be. You know what? That would actually like be a. That would actually sound like something Sega would do to make the game easier.
Don't
Remove
like
the
that's
level
the thing.
system. Oh,
Yeah, that's one thing I want to say just real quick.
Remy would cry.
If Sega, if you're watching, which I doubt you are, but maybe, who knows?
Oh my God.
Stop making your past games easier. Like you can do
Thank
some
you.
things. You can do some things. Like you can do a little bit of things, but put that in an easy mode. Like, okay, here's the thing: the Tails mode thing, the Tails like save thing. You can have that in Sonic Colors. That's fine. Just put it in an easy mode to where we can
Yeah.
select it.
Look,
Doesn't
I don't-
even need to be an easy mode. You can disguise it
You
like
know-
Sonic Forces. Put it on normal
Exactly.
and then on hard.
Side note,
Exactly.
like,
Yeah.
I hate how the gaming industry is going in this direction where everything is so easy. But there was a game recently, Metroid Dread, and man,
Yeah.
dude, it was like,
my favorite
bro,
game of all time.
dude, it was literally like an SNES game with updated graphics, and oh my, it's so good. It's the best game I played in so long, dude. I don't
Yeah.
even since 2012. Oh my god.
I'm not a big fan of Metroid games. Maybe it's been getting
Bro,
a lot of praise.
I
so hope
wasn't a
that,
fan of Metroid. I never like actually played a Metroid game longer than an hour, but that game felt like an SNES game. I can't. No, I can't. We need to get off the topic. I won't stop talking about this.
Yeah,
Metroid
let's-
Dread.
I feel like all of us won't stop
Yeah.
talking, except for Min, who's just been quiet.
You know what's? You
Hold
know what's
on,
one thing? Hold on.
well,
contrast.
shush.
If the
I've been
Sonic
doing-
Colors.
Shush, 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 shush.
Right, so what's the next topic we're gonna be talking about?
Okay.
Yo, Metroid Dread. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
No.
alright. So
Heck yeah, I
here's
can believe
a
that.
here's the next part of Sonic news, and
Okay.
Sonic Frontiers. What do you guys think? Title?
Okay.
I don't
I-
care. I already
Oh.
knew that Rangers was gonna be like a working title, so like I
I
don't
didn't
care.
know. I wasn't sure. I was like, I kind of hope it is, but I'm like, honestly, I like the name. Like, okay.
Facts.
If the game is gonna be, open world, like how the leaks and everything have discussed it being, like it's all but confirmed at this point that it's gonna be open world. And if that's the case, Frontier, I dig the name way more. Like, cause they're literally Frontier, and it's like if there's multiple characters, like if you can play as multiple characters, which I'm not getting my hopes up about that, but if you can. if you can literally play as like all the characters, then they're frontiers. It makes so much sense. I like it. I actually really like it.
Alright.
You know what? I love the idea of just like making predictions now and looking back to it later.
Yeah.
But I honestly
getting
couldn't care
disappointed.
less what the game is called. The game could be called Sonic, I don't know,
Balls.
Sonic
Speedometer, and I'll be good with it.
All right, but
Sonic
I,
Plus set.
all right, look, I got something to say, and I'm not having this opinion to be different and quirky. I genuinely do feel this way.
Go.
I hate the name Sonic Frontiers. I can't stand it. I'd rather have Rangers, dude. I can't stand Frontiers. Like that name just sucks. Like I
don't know.
And I'm about to explain this. Like, sure, the name somewhat makes sense, but like my problem is how it and this is like such a tiny little nitpick that is quote, there you go. But like
You said the
it
thing.
ends in an S. And like I just hate that it's like Sonic Sonic Frontiers, and it's not even like
Sonic.
It sounds so. This is cringy, but like it sounds beta, bro.
That's the main problem. You're like okay. So that's why Sonic games have been lower quality. No, that's why Sonic games have been lower quality. All right, so after Sonic Colors, right, they've been more linear in design, but it's because it's Sonic blank is. That's the issue, is the name. That's the issue. Because like look, you had Sonic Unleashed, which was more reflex based, and it was kind of open. It was kind of open more ish, and it was called Sonic Unleashed. It had 2 words, but it ended in id, right? But then you have Sonic Colors, which is kind of linear, and the level design can be too easy. That's Sonic Colors. And then you have Sonic Generations, which again is linear, and it's called Sonic Generations. And then you have Sonic Forces. I'm saying that's the issue. That's the issue we've been having. Look. If the next Sonic game is called, I don't know, let's see, Sonic. If they change the name to Sonic Frontier, that's a good game right there. That means it's gonna be. That means it's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be open level design, everything like that.
Like, I just don't feel excited about Sonic Frontiers. It just it doesn't roll off the tongue like how I feel like it should. Like we need a cool name, like it's like Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations. Like that sounds like big budget titles.
Yeah.
Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Adventure, Sonic Frontiers.
I will say though, the main reason why I kind of want the name to change is because I kind of like hold on. Excuse me. If the name changes from Sonic Rangers to Sonic Frontiers, then the Sonic Rangers thing will only be for us. Like we'll be the only ones that know about it. Like we can call it Sonic Rangers. Like, wait, isn't the game called Sonic Frontiers? And we're just like,
we know you don't.
Yeah, in like 5 years, we call it Sonic Rangers because we're so used to it. It's like, the game's called Sonic Frontiers, isn't it? And you're just like,
Whoops.
So to us, it can be called Sonic Rangers, but to every other pleb, it's Sonic Frontiers. That'd be funny.
Yeah. All right. Now we're gonna get into the next leak, and I know some people have some strong opinions about this. The Sony and Zippo stuff.
I know nothing about this, so I'm gonna shut up.
Okay, I'll explain, because I've actually been following Zippo's blog. I check it every now and then because I'm a Sonic fan, like starving for news. So no. So I'm gonna explain the Sony ad real quick. Now this is Zippo did talk about this, but this is more of a speculation kind of thing. And whether you like it or not, Zippo is an insider, like to at least some extent. We don't know for sure if he's like. We'll get into that in a bit, but we don't know for sure if like he's in Sega or not, But he at least has inside knowledge about game studios because he has leaked stuff in the past, like he always has. And so he talked about how because Sonic made an appearance in the Sony chess ad, that's the one that was in the PlayStation Showcase, the one where they showed Spider-Man 2, which I'm like for, Wolverine, God of War Ragnarok, that one. Yeah. There was a Sony chess ad, and they showed a whole bunch of franchise. They made a whole bunch of cameos. There was like God of War, there was like the Sly Cooper logo was hidden in there somewhere. Now, generally, when Sony makes an ad like that, they are actually advertising, some future projects or games. They're not just there for the sake of just being there, right? Like, so there is evidence to believe that we are actually going to get a Sly Cooper game because of that logo. It could be
man,
canceled,
I would love
whatever.
a Sly Cooper game.
But there is, from what I know of, I could be wrong about this, and the comments will be sure to correct me. There has not been a game.
There's not been a game ever. You're right.
No,
There's been no video games.
If there has not been a game in a Sony like commercial that has never like surfaced or anything like that. As far as I know, that's not the case. And if anything, if there was, then it could have been canceled, something like that. So anyway, for example, during one of the commercials, there was a Crash Bandicoot made an appearance, and it was advertising Crash Nitro Fueled. However, there was a hidden mask teasing Crash 4, and wouldn't you know it, that same exact mask was in Crash 4. So the thing is, Sony talked to Sega about that, right? Like they want to advertise. If they put it in the ad, then they obviously are impressed, or at least think that the game is going to be good in some degree. Now, in fairness, I do want to say that they very well could be talking about Origins. Like Sony could have put the ad in there for Sonic Origins, though that just feels a bit weird to me. I mean, no, why would they?
I mean, it could still. I mean, like, this is probably my pessimistic outlook, but
right,
Sony could have seen the game, and the game could have still been garbage, and they still are going through with this deal for the sole purpose of it doesn't matter if Sonic the game sucks, it's going to sell well. Like, I mean, it's going to sell a couple million copies.
That's the thing, but that's true. However, there is the thing where it's like Sony, like, okay, let me put it this way: why didn't they do that for Forces? There was no Forces ad. There was no kind of cameo for Forces.
I guess they were approached for Forces.
So.
I don't know.
I was like, that's just what I'm saying. So it's like and I want to, and there's a bunch of evidence to believe why Sony would want to support Sonic Rangers, because if Sonic Rangers is really, really good, if it's an open world title, that already floats Sony's boat, because Sony loves open world. They either love open worlds or character-based games. That's just how it be. So, and the other thing is, like, Sony doesn't have they don't have a E for everyone character, like, E10, E10, that, because, like, all they have is, like, Ratchet and Clank. And, families like to buy consoles.
They like Sonic.
Families like to buy consoles with, family-friendly brands on them, so that way, their kids can play it, right?
That's the reason why I only own Nintendo consoles. My parents only trusted Nintendo because they were just
that's fair.
They had like this sort of certificate, of quality.
Yeah.
I can definitely agree with that.
Now, so here's the fun bit. Okay, if all of this is true, we could be seeing Sonic Rangers in State of Plays. Now, there at the time of this recording, because I don't know when this is going to come out, there is one scheduled for Tuesday, October 27th.
Nothing's get revealed there, bro.
I mean, it could, but it couldn't. Like, I'm fully expecting there not to be, but in future State of Play now, and there's a reason why I'm kind of leaning to it, but I'll get to that in a second. But so. But there has been multiple instances of Sony having, their cameos in those ads that they do, and they get some marketing share for the publisher. Because, see, here's the thing: if Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo markets a game, and they're like either the only ones that market it, or the main ones that market it, the more chances that people will buy the game on their platform. So, like Cyberpunk 2077, for example, bad example, but that one had Xbox marketed that one, and a good amount of people bought that on Xbox, and I guarantee more people bought it on Xbox because of, like, if Xbox didn't market that game, no one would have bought it on Xbox. Like, because let's be honest, no one really cares about Xbox. Let's be real. So Sony markets Sonic Rangers, and let's say it's really good and people really want it. They've seen the marketing for it on State of Play, so they're like, oh, well, yeah. I'm gonna get it on PlayStation. I'm gonna get it on PlayStation 4 or 5. So. So yeah, I'm just
Be a
saying
good
it's like
marketing strategy, I
so
guess.
yeah.
I mean-
So the main thing I'm trying to get across is like we could be seeing Sonic games at State of Plays. Like we could be seeing either Sonic Origins. That's my pessimistic feel. Is like, oh, we're gonna see Sonic Origins and Sonic Rangers is gonna be tied up, mainly with Sega. But
Yeah.
but I feel like Sony would care more about Sonic Rangers than Sonic Origins. If any of this is true, even.
I mean,
Yeah.
So
it's the Sony theory is like a whole it's not necessarily a leak. It's all speculation.
right, it's speculation.
It
right.
is. So
But-
I mean, if it happens, all right. If it doesn't, I don't care. The only thing I care about is if it's gonna be Epic exclusive, which would suck.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, that was just one thing I want to bring up. Now Zippo. I want to talk about Zippo. So
All right. well,
anybody want to talk about
actually,
opinions on Zippo?
I wanna give
Go.
something about Zippo. So Zippo, he has given some incorrect information, obviously, and I'm not
I wanna
about
talk
to
about that,
defend him, and I'm
Go
not
ahead.
about to say believe him. But what I believe Zippo does, and this is from what I've seen or heard from hearing leaks, right? When I hear leaks, in my DMs or whatever, or somebody tells me a leak, another creator or anything, there's always the is this leak true kind of thing. Is this creator telling me this leak, is it really true? Most cases, it's not true. That's because their sources are all scattered. Now, what I think is happening here with Zippo is that he's a part of this. Because, I've heard so many leaks that are claimed to be true, and only one has, only one has been confirmed, and that was Color's Ultimate. But
Yeah.
Right.
other than that, nothing else has
Didn't
been
Zippo
confirmed.
also-
It's been all pretty much fake. So what I think Zippo does is he takes whatever information he gets and throws it into a blog post, whether it's true or not. So some information may be correct, but most of it is probably gonna be false because he got it from some random guy. Now,
But didn't Zippo also predict Sonic Origins?
I mean, he
Yeah,
did,
he
and I
did.
think
We'll
I
talk
think
about that in a minute.
I think he actually got insider information about Sonic
Right.
Origins.
Yeah.
But
But here's my take on this. Sorry if I'm interrupting you, Matt.
Yeah.
But
Good.
there's no real way to say Zippo is completely false or everything Zippo says is right, because there's no way that every single source that Zippo has from I don't know, 50,000 million sources that he has, there's no way that all of them are wrong and all of them are right. There's just no way. Zippo isn't just one guy who hears, I don't know, Masahiro Sakurai say something in his ear and is like, "Oh my gosh, Sora's coming to Smash Bros, guys!" No, that's not what's going on. He's hearing the stuff from,
Sources.
middlemen.
And
basically.
I want to say this, right? So, and this really adds something to Zippo. I don't. All right, look, Zippo, if you're watching this, I'm gonna give you a little bit of critique. I don't think you should be throwing every leak you hear, if that is what you're doing, into a blog post. I think you should really wait until you have
It's confirmed.
good confirmation. Really, I mean, you could throw it all on a blog post and see what comes true and whatnot, but from what I've seen from his previous leaks, he predicted the entire Mario anniversary, and he predicted Metroid Dread completely. Before, he literally just
He did not
dropped
say
that.
Metroid Dread. He just said Metroid 5.
Well, he said-
which I'm glad.
he said
I am so
Metroid
glad
5.
he didn't like that.
He said Metroid
Yeah.
5, 2D Metroid game, and that it's going to be running at 60 FPS and it's already done. And that was actually true. Now,
Right. I'm so glad though that he didn't leak Dread, because that was such a big thing. I'm so
Yeah.
glad he didn't leak Dread though.
but
Good.
the thing with Zippo, right? And I think he's really starting to notice this, is that with Nintendo, leaks are a lot different. With Sonic, he's dealing with Sega. And people may, crap on Sonic for things leaking constantly with Sonic, but
Right.
from what I've seen and known, I think Sega is pretty good at keeping their games from leaking.
They have good security,
Rangers
I
has
can agree on
leaked,
that.
but most of the leaks I've heard, they're not true. And some of them I've heard come from certain people who are quote unquote credible, but that's I I don't see any way of getting these leaks. Like, I don't see a way of getting reliable Sega leaks. Like, if someone comes out with a 4chan post and says, we're getting all these games this year of Sonic, we're getting collection, we're getting this, that, and the other thing, like, 90% of the time, that's gonna be false because there's nobody at Sega who's going to give you all of that information at once.
Right, they're gonna give, like,
something is going to be false, or all of it is going to be false. There's no way, because I have a feeling that some of the reliable people who are leaking this information, like, I feel like they don't even know. Seriously, I feel like the sources that Zippo is getting this information from doesn't even know. Like, they might be working for Sega, but they don't even know anything.
Yeah, exactly. Like, as a game developer, these sources definitely don't need to have, like, a good attachment to the project, and maybe just, like, this is why that first Sonic Rangers leak on just being a playtester is so good, because, like, you're not personally working on the project, so you're fine with leaking stuff. Me, personally, everyone on the Sonic Rush 3D team, we will try to not spoil stuff as much as possible, since, like, you know, we love this game, you want to see people's reactions to it, right? We're not just gonna spoil an entire, I don't know, you know, metaphorically speaking, we're not really metaphorically, sorry. We're not gonna completely, you know, spoil a whole cutscene just, you know, for, like, for Twitter points or something. No, we're not just gonna, like, be a prick and leak everything, because, like, we have an attachment to this project. We want people to be surprised. We want people to look forward to, you know, experiencing it on their own. And this is why that Sonic Rangers leak is so, you know, good, because it's a playtester, right? They're just a playtester. They don't work on the game. They don't really care.
And they literally described the trailer before it was revealed. Yeah.
Yeah. They you know, they don't care if people, you know, they don't have an attachment to the project. Is what I'm trying to say.
Right. And you know, there's the other thing where it's like, okay, let me use Smash Ultimate as an example. Most of the time, developers will actually lie to the developers. Like, Vergabin leaked, like, and he's the most credible, like, he's one of the most credible Smash leakers. He has gotten, like, multiple things correct. However, he's gotten a couple of things wrong. He said that the last DLC fighter was going to be Master Chief. That did not happen, because that was Sora, obviously. Now, and, you know, there could be some truth to that. Like, maybe Nintendo didn't know, like, whether they were going to get Sora, so they were, like, developing Master Chief, like, in the background just in case they couldn't get Sora.
I definitely think your theory of them lying is correct.
Right. And, you know, and there was another thing, like, one thing I've heard people criticize about Zippo is that he said that the Origins collection, it was just a collection at that point, there wasn't the Origins name or anything. He said that most of the handheld Sonic games were going to be there. Like, he expected, like, Sonic 1, 2, 3, but with also like, what was it? Sonic Advance, Sonic Rush, you know, that stuff.
Are you talking about the first post where he said Sonic Collection with Sonic R and Advance games?
Yeah. That was a whole bunch of stuff that he was thinking. I'm pretty sure that was just a guess. Either that, or, like, you know, either someone lied, or that's what he was, or maybe that was just something that his source was assuming. Like, he was like, they're thinking about all these games. Maybe they're do like Sonic R and all that. You know, that's what the sources thought.
And you know, I'm about to get very conspiracy, like. And I feel like this might have happened to Zippo with Zippo's case multiple times. But the leaker you talked about in Smash, how he said Master Chief, right? Now, I don't know if companies do this, but I'm going to assume that they do. I'm getting real tinfoil hat right now. What if they literally, like, gave all the people, you know, working in licensing or whatever for Nintendo, and just gave them all different information? Like, told this person Master Chief, told this person Crash Bandicoot, right? So then they all think that different characters coming to Smash, so that when it gets leaked that Master Chief came out, they're like, it was that person.
Yeah, that is actually true, and I definitely agree with that. I'm pretty sure that's the case, definitely.
And I have a feeling that when he came out and said it was Master Chief, that guy was like, oh, I'm fired.
Oh, I'm about to lose my job.
Yeah, because
I'm losing my job.
He might have actually lost his job from that, because he might have did that on purpose. It might have been bait.
Yeah, honestly, like I see Nintendo, for example. Like I imagine them telling
Nintendo
like the
ninjas.
most hype characters, right? Because like if you hear something like if you worked at Nintendo, for instance, and you heard that
Sora.
that like Shadow was coming to Smash, like you tell everyone, you tell us, right?
Yeah.
Now let's say one of us went on 4chan and said like, yeah, Shadow's coming to Smash. Then they know that was you because you told us, you told your friends and everything.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, that was Matt. Then I was like, fire him or put him on some kind of something. So yeah, I definitely agree. Like that is something that could definitely happen. I don't know if Sega does that.
Yeah,
but I know
don't
for a fact
know,
Nintendo
but
would
it
do
could
that.
been some of the things Zippo leaked, like that 2D game, might have been
Yeah.
by possibility. I don't know. Or it could have been just some random guy he found on Discord. Is like, yo, bro, 2D game coming, trust me 100%.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Dude, we got a Sonic Rush game coming in. Alright.
Yeah.
Now, I want to move on to the last subject of today's
Right.
video. We're going to end this off on, could be a sour note, Sonic
Ooh.
Colors Ultimate, and if that
Bad.
affects Adventure Remix.
Okay.
See, okay, anyone want to go first?
Okay,
Because this
so-
is my topic. So. Oh, wait.
So basically, about Sonic Colors Ultimate, how it will affect the remakes if they ever like do happen, is that like Sonic Colors Ultimate, I feel like did well, maybe financially. So it's probably sold pretty well, like
It
a lot,
did
right?
really well.
It definitely
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
okay. Yeah,
So
it did pretty
Number
good.
3 on best-selling
Yeah.
games.
The
for a
Switch
little
version,
bit there.
unfortunately.
Okay,
but
okay,
yeah.
so it did well. It did well.
It did.
I think that will higher our chances of getting those adventure remakes. I don't think they might not use what are they called again? Like Squirrel, whatever.
Blind
Squirrel.
Squirrel, yeah.
Blind Squirrel, they may not
They
use
never
Blind
should work
Squirrel?
with Blind Squirrel
Well,
again.
okay, well, actually, I want to say one thing. They would not bring Blind Squirrel on for a remake because Blind Squirrel doesn't do remakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they only do remasters.
Okay, yeah. Okay, well then they'll probably get like a better, more like sustainable company that will actually probably do their shit, right?
I'm gonna.
You know?
I have a very pessimistic outlook, but I genuinely, almost with 100% my fiber in my being, that I think is true. And look, I am sorry. I really don't like being this pessimistic, but I think Sega. I think Sega's doing a really messed up practice right now, where they're saving the adventure remakes, and I know some people have said this, and even Prem said it, so I'm gonna hat off to you, Prem, because I definitely agree with you. I have a feeling that they are saving the remakes so that when Sonic not fails reviews-wise, I don't think they really care about reviews-wise. I think
If the sales go down.
Like, say they get, 300,000 sales on a game. Like, that is really low compared to Sonic's normal numbers.
Right,
Say they get that many sales, and the game is also reviewed horribly. I feel like they know that people want the adventure remakes so badly to the point that they're saving it. And that's such a messed up practice. Like, if you're making games, you want to make the game that fans so badly want. But
Right.
I think they're saving that to save their brand. And that is such a terrible practice. I hate that practice, but I think that's what's happening. And if they make the remakes, I think Sonic Team will develop it, and then I think they're going to make Adventure 3. That is 100% what I believe, and that's why I don't think the Adventure remakes are coming anytime soon.
Now there is a couple things I want to say. So the reason, I actually suggested that we talked about this, and there's one thing I want to talk about. And then there's also, you made me want to talk about something else too. So, the first thing, the reason why I wanted to bring this up was they did the same exact thing with Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD. They said that buy this and we'll see what happens, and maybe we'll remaster the GameCube games because that's what everybody wanted. Because nobody liked Banana Blitz HD. No one did.
No one did, yeah.
And so here's the thing. Nobody talked about it. Nobody talked Banana Blitz HD because no one cared about it because that's the one that people consider that they don't like it. And did that stop them from making Banana Mania? No. No, it didn't. So I honestly think that at least in terms of whether the game did well or not, it doesn't really matter on the grand scheme. I'm pretty sure they just kind of said that just for people by color. I don't know. Either they did it just for people by colors, or it's just some kind of can we remaster games? That kind of thing.
But of
So
course,
they
we
remastered-
can't
like, they
determine
remastered-
anything, you know. We just
Like,
need to wait until it comes out to know.
Because it's way easier to remaster Colors, a Wii game, than it is to remake the Dreamcast games.
Apparently not.
Right? Well, yeah, but you know. So before they do the big full scale remake of Sonic Adventure 1 and or 2, they test the waters a bit and like, okay, let's start off small. Let's remaster the Wii. Let's remaster that Wii game first.
I want to
and
add
see how
something to this real quick.
Right.
You're
Right.
saying they're testing the waters, right? Now-
That's what they said.
Sonic Colors Ultimate trended for like 3 days on Twitter, and it was just constant hate, and it was all over the like gaming articles everywhere about how glitchy and terrible this port was, how it's giving people seizures and whatnot. But
Right.
here's the thing, like, Sonic Team, they're known for, you know, one hit, they're gone, right? Like, Sonic
Yeah.
06, they're gone. Adventure Formula, no more. But here's what I'll say, like, with Colors Ultimate, the reputation is so terrible. Anybody who knows about that game probably knows about the controversy surrounding the game. So,
Right.
if they want to re-release Sonic Generations on Nintendo Switch, which, man, why has that game been released? It deserves to be on Switch, but whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
me too.
if they wanted to re-release Sonic Generations on Switch, everyone is going to look at that port and they're going to consider, and this is, you shouldn't, if your consumers are thinking about not getting a product, like asking the question on if it's worth it, that is a terrible thing, because there's gonna be a lot of people who say, I don't know, I don't think I'm gonna get it. Colors was a terrible port. Why would I buy Generations if the last port gave people seizures?
That's a good point.
Like, who's gonna buy Sonic Generations ported to Switch when the last port of Sonic game was like
Such a disaster.
it should have been easier than porting Sonic Generations.
I guess it just depends. I guess it just depends, because like, who knows? Like, maybe people played the game anyway, and they didn't have any issues. Like, oh, well, I didn't have any issues, and I can't complain. It was like, that's how I felt, because like, you know, I'm not going to complain about a game if I didn't have any problems with it, right? Like, I'm just not going to do that, because there's no point in complaining about it. Like, I can wag my finger at Sega and say, hey, make sure that this game is playable to everyone next time, you know, right? But so it's like, because again, in cases like mine, I did not run into a single issue playing Sonic Colors Ultimate. I run into some light issues, very light, but for me, it's like I had a smoother experience in something like Sonic Adventure DX, for example. You know, I had a smoother experience in that. So I guess it's like, if as long as more people had that smooth like gameplay that I did, for instance, then I guess we should be safe. I don't know. But anyway, there was another thing I wanted to talk about. So back to what you said about saving Sonic Adventure. I feel like, okay, here's an optimistic look about your pessimistic look, right? Okay, so I have a bit of a far brighter look, and maybe one that makes a little bit more sense, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They don't want to put the Sonic Adventure remakes out at the same time as Rangers, because, or Frontiers, whatever. You know, we're just gonna call it.
I know where you're going with this, and I kind of agree, because if they're promoting the
So-
open world formula, it's kind of weird to go back to
That,
Adventure.
because like, okay, so here's the thing: Sonic fans want the Adventure formula back, especially because the Boost formula, it wasn't their cup of tea, right? I want it back. I'll admit, I want it back. You want it back. We all want it back, right?
Yeah.
We all want the Adventure formula back.
Exactly.
So here's the thing: what if, imagine this, we live in a world where Sonic Rangers and Sonic Adventure remakes are on store shelves at the exact same time. Now, I would look at the game. I would look at Sonic Rangers, and if I thought it was good, I'd say, okay, continue with this. Like, continue with this. Like, if you think you have something going here, continue with it. However, average Sonic fans won't say that. They'll be like, I see Sonic fans intentionally trashing on Rangers just to get the adventure games back up and running. Like, not giving Rangers a chance and just being like, no, bring back our adventure games. The Rangers is bad. It doesn't fit. You know, that kind of thing. So in my opinion, if that's the case, then I completely understand, and I actually welcome that. Because I do agree that I feel like people will not give Rangers a chance, like Sonic fans. I mean,
Okay, wait. So
will not
in
give
which
Rangers a chance.
hypothetical are we now? Is this the hypothetical where Rangers is on store shelves, but there's no adventure remakes?
No. Yeah. Right now, it's like I think that like Sonic Rangers should come out without Sonic Adventure remakes first. Then after Rangers, or maybe even Rangers 2 if they want to, then they can release
Sure,
like Sonic Adventure remakes.
But
like,
I do think that people will, just like average consumers who will look at the adventure remakes and then at Sonic Rangers, Frontiers, whatever, they would go like, "Oh, cool, a new Sonic game. Oh, maybe I should get give this remake a shot to see what I've been missing out on." That's what I would do if I was a
right. But I'm
consumer.
talking about just mainly Sonic fans. Like I'm just talking about mainly Sonic fans. Like Sonic fans, just like they play Rangers, with I gotta bring this up. I mean, there in Sonic Colors Ultimate, whenever it first launched, there were some people faking glitches. Now imagine, what if people did that with Rangers because they wanted the adventure games back? I could totally see that happening. I honestly
that happened with Forces.
No, that didn't happen with Forces.
I mean,
Oh.
I don't
think it would happen with Rangers.
Is this in the hypothetical scenario that
Hypothetical, yes,
that
hypothetical.
the remakes are on shelves at the same time?
Yes.
Okay,
They would
I can see
totally
that
do something
happening.
like that.
All right, yeah,
They
I
could
kind of
totally
agree
do
with
something
you. I
like that.
kind of agree with you on that.
Right. Because, like, I could totally see, it's like, because, see, here's the thing. I want the Adventure remake back. However, I want the Adventure games back. But, however, if they think that they can do something better, if they really believe in this new direction for Sonic Rangers or Frontiers, whatever, if they really believe in it, I would rather them go for it. It's like, because I always champion new developers to try new things.
Yeah.
I don't want them to do the same old thing. Try new things. If you really believe in it, try your own thing. So it's like, if the Adventure remakes and Rangers are in the same shelf, yeah, people would totally make Rangers look like a horrible, messed up game to get the Adventure games back. Definitely.
Yeah. All right.
Mhm.
Well,
All right.
I think that's a good note to end on.
Whew, how long have we been recording?
This was a lot longer than I thought we would. This is gonna take a while to come out because I don't know if my PC can handle all rendering all this. All right.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're gonna quickly end this off. I'm Mazno Cuts, best Sonic tuber. Check it on Wikipedia. 100%
No.
says that. Check my Spotify numbers. It says it as well. Min Meta, he's our owner. You may know him from Twitter. He's a great member of the Mobius Zone, very active. Make sure to go check him out. Next, we have Ender Electrics. He makes, I said his name correctly. He makes Sonic Fangames. He makes videos. He animates his videos, and
Boy, he makes videos?
yeah, he makes bro.
I've seen that
crazy.
before. I've seen that before. Okay. Sorry.
I'm animating a new one right now, actually, and I think it's
nice.
it's pretty cool. The intro
Nice.
is pretty cool.
And he has some interesting hot takes. Sort of.
Sort of.
Then we have Nitpicker01, who's another creator who deserves the growth because he puts a lot of work into his videos. You guys should check it out. He has a whole catalog for you guys to watch. If you want to see, like, if you enjoyed the old days of long reviews of Sonic games, like how Some Call Me Johnny did, things like that, I recommend you check out his channel. Something you gotta see. He makes long video essays pretty much about Sonic games, nitpicking.
I made a 1 hour nitpick of Sonic 06. I did split it into 3 parts, but I made a 1 hour nitpick of Sonic 06. I'm dead inside. I agree.
So,
but yeah.
make sure to go check out all those guys. They'll be in the link in the description. Thank you all for making it this far, if you did. Anyways.
Yeah, how long is this effing podcast,
I don't know, dude. This might be 2 hours. All right, adios, guys.
It is.
See ya.